Now let's talk the Phillies. They're 5-1 since the last show. 3-0. They swept Seattle. Went 2-1 versus Washington. They're 76-54 overall. Like I said before, they 7-up on the Mets. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're 4.5 games back to Milwaukee for that NL1 seed. That has to be at the forefront of Philly fans and the team's mind. How do we make up those 5 games to get ahead, be the 1 seed? Dodgers and Padres. The Dodgers are fighting it out. What are we going to do? How do we take advantage of this? And then also, you lost Zach Wheeler 6 to 8 months, to a very serious injury where you don't know if he'll ever be the same. He might not be the same arm, and Wheeler isn't young either. John, how are the Phillies going to bounce back from this?
Well, first we'll talk about like the Brewers and how they can catch up with them. I think they have a series against them coming up in September.
Yeah,
So
the
that's
first
like
week of September. The first or the fourth, they have a 3-game set in Milwaukee.
So that's like a must. Like they got to sweep them there, and I believe that's at home. No, that's at the Brewers. It's Milwaukee. Brewers. But I mean, that's gonna be. But they have to like sweep that, or at least very minimum win that series to close the gap in with that. And I think they very well can do that. Now with Zach Wheeler, I mean, obviously you don't want to rush him back. I mean, obviously his health is the most important, and you don't want to screw anything with that. I mean, he's been fantastic for the Phillies this year. I mean, he even pitched with this for probably a few games, and he still, even though he wasn't up to 100%, he still pitched fantastic with this. So you got to hand it to him and stuff. I mean, hopefully, I think he's going for surgery and stuff, and then he'll be out, like about 8 months probably and stuff. And you hope ever that goes well and he's able to get back and come back and pitch next season, hopefully, at some point. But, I mean, without him right now, especially for this season, I mean, I think they're going to be okay. I mean, you have Nola coming back. And he was a little rusty his first game back, but he pitched a decent game his last outing. Got a quality start. Gave up 2 runs. I mean, Phillies fans like to complain that he's going to serve up meatballs all the time, but he's a fastball pitcher. That's what happens. He did that before he got hurt and kind of went down, and he's going to do it now. I mean, that was just his MO. He'd go 10, 11 strikeouts, give up a home run. I mean, it just happens. I mean, you have Sanchez, who's been really, I think, the Phillies' ace this season, more so than Wheeler has been almost, because, I mean, Sanchez has just been fantastic. I mean, and he's in contention for the Cy Young and possibly could steal that away from Skeens, if everything goes the right way. So
a lot of things need to go the right way to steal.
But I mean, it depends how much they want to weigh wins, honestly.
Ask Jacob deGrom if they like to weigh wins.
So that's what happens. But I think Skeens probably has that unless he falls off tremendously. But I mean, you have Luzardo, who's pitching good, who's still pitching okay. You have Ranger Suarez, who's pitching good. I mean, even Taijuan Walker is pitching pretty decent for how he's been, I guess historically with the Phillies so far. So he's pitching good. I mean, you got your closer in Duran. I mean, you have Alvarado and for all of September. I mean, Kirk and Strum. I mean, they're good up. I mean, Schwarber's hitting. I mean, it stinks not having Wheeler, but I mean, can't say I'm worried at all, and I still think they're a World Series team without him.
So, when I look at the Phillies schedule, this series that they're starting tonight as we're recording this at New York is massive. Yep. Then a week from tonight, they start a series at Milwaukee. A week from then, a 4-game set versus the Mets again. A week from then, at the Dodgers for a 3-game set. Those are the most important series left on the Phillies schedule. When it comes to the Zach Wheeler injury, we're obviously all wishing Zach Wheeler the best and hope for a speedy recovery. However, from a baseball sense, this did drop the Phillies out of that top tier in the NL for me. And we'll talk about the AL when we get there, because as we get closer to the playoffs, I really do start to picture this in terms of tiers of how likely I think a team is to win the World Series. And that top tier in the NL right now is just the Dodgers. It's flatly
just the Dodgers.
It's just the Dodgers. The Brewers are playing fantastic baseball. in terms of just overall talent, while still playing fantastic baseball, I still have the Dodgers as the top team. I think anybody that's a baseball fan that isn't a Brewers fan, also, if you ask them to bet on a team to come out of the NL, probably isn't betting on the Brewers. Not to be, an a-hole about it. It just is what it is. And then that next tier of teams would be Phillies, Padres, and Brewers for me. And then below that is the Cubs and the Mets. But
you don't put the Padres in that same tier with the Dodgers just based off of how this season has gone?
I mean, in their last 6 games, I watched the Dodgers beat them 5 times. So, call it recency bias if you want. Obviously, they're close in terms of record, but I just watched them go head-to-head for an extended period of time, and the Dodgers turned it up. And, again, just on paper, the Dodgers are the most talented team in baseball. I thought the Phillies, with Zach Wheeler starting 2 to 3 games in a CS against the Dodgers, had a real shot in terms of, I thought it was a 50-50 pick 'em. I would give the edge to the Dodgers here, but, this is why pitching depth matters so much. You hate that it's your ace if you're the Phillies, but you still go into a playoff series with a full pitching staff of guys that you believe in, which is a massive luxury because half the playoff teams don't have that healthy.
True. Hopefully the Phillies can bounce back. They're going to need Sanchez and Suarez and Taijuan Walker and Luzardo. All these guys, they need to step up. Point blank. Maybe
I think this puts more pressure on Bryce Harper than anyone because now you can't afford to not have good at-bats.
Yeah. Schwarber's already holding it up. Trey Turner's also playing well. Harper, Castellanos, Bohm, they're going to need to get hot now and carry that not just in September, but through October.